Hello yoga lovers, and welcome to another beautiful day in Bali, Indonesia. Thanks for watching, and today we're going to do a little yoga sequence for stress release, because it seems that nowadays almost everyone is suffering from stress, and it also seems that we think that this is normal. And personally, I don't think it's normal at all. I think it's actually a big concern for humanity that we are all stressed. And there's a lot of things that happen to the body and mind when we suffer from excessive stress levels. So for women, our hormones get all out of whack when we're stressed. We tend to gain weight. For both women and men, we can get anxious, anxiety attacks, breathing problems, insomnia, and even aggressive seizures or aggressive, how can I say? I don't know how to say it. We get aggressive. That's what I wanted to say. So it's very important for us to reduce stress as much as possible and to avoid it even. So yoga is very effective in managing stress and managing anxiety, but it has to be practiced regularly, and it has to be done with focus and intention. Yes, so we can do a couple of things. I've helped many people, especially living in Dubai as a private instructor, I've helped many people to overcome anxiety, depression and excessive stress levels. And I hope that with this video I can give you some tips as to how to manage it better, because I understand that you cannot quit your job tomorrow and run out, even though that would probably be the best advice I could give you. Anyway, let's start. For this sequence we're going to need a yoga block. You can buy these in most big sports shops. This one is a soft one. I prefer the soft blocks over the wooden blocks, just because they give a little bit more comfort to whatever we put on it. So the first exercise we're going to do for stress release is a very simple exercise. So we're just going to sit in an easy cross-legged position. Put the block in front of you, and then really make sure that you're digging the sitting bones down into the floor, and slowly walk forward and drop the forehead onto the block. And you can hold the block and make sure that you release the shoulders fully, so no tightness in the shoulder, but release them and drop them away from the ears. Most likely you will feel the hips opening a little bit if you have stiff hips. And here you're really gonna drop the forehead onto the block and almost feel as if the brain is just melting onto that block, yeah? And then when breathing, you want to focus on breathing into the upper back, in between the shoulder blades, and the middle back. So let's say the kidney area on the back. You try to keep the breath long and deep and smooth, equal in and exhalations. And really, if you have insomnia or anxiety, do this posture for 5 or 10 minutes at once. I don't care if you get bored, just do it, breathe through it, and you will feel the effects, the calming effects of this posture afterwards. This pose also is very beneficial because it really gives us the space to turn the attention inwards. Usually during the day we are focused on all these external things, you know, people around us, all these things coming in, and subconsciously we're taking in so much the whole day. So this pose really helps us to get back to ourselves and to observe our breathing and to observe what's going on in the body and really be in the body rather than be in the mind all the time. Okay, so that's one posture that we can do. A block doesn't cost more than 10 euros, so, or $10 or whatever. So invest in one and get one at home. Second pose, we can use the block as well. It's called child's pose or wide-legged child's pose. I'm sure that you heard about it if you've done a little bit of yoga before. So we bring the knees to the outer edges of the mat. We sit the sitting bones back onto the heels. And then from there we're going to walk the spine forward, and here also make sure that you lengthen the spine, but the sitting bones really stay back. Now if you can't reach your head to the floor like this, of course here you can also use that block. And again, shoulders nicely away from the ears. There should always be a lot of space between ears and shoulders. So try not to pull the shoulders up, but really rotate them out. And drop the head down here. And again, breathing into the upper and middle back. Okay, so that is the wide-legged child's pose. And then another thing that we should really learn to do when we are stressed and when we can't sleep and when we are angry is breathe. And a lot of times when I work with people, clients, I see that, I mean, even if they do yoga regularly, I see that their breathing is actually not good at all. They don't know how to breathe. So we need to learn. And a very good way to learn how to breathe is first to see if you can actually breathe in the two main compartments of the body. So we have the belly here, where we should be able to practice a full belly breath, and we have the chest here, where we should be able to practice a full chest breath, and we should also be able to isolate the two. So the belly breath is very important. It's the one that we should use daily on a regular basis. That should be our natural way of breathing. So very often what I see is that when I tell somebody to breathe into the belly, is that they start breathing here. Now if you're breathing here constantly, it's going to make you anxious for sure. So let us try first to place the hands on the lower belly and just to breathe. So inhaling, lifting the belly up towards the ceiling, and exhaling, and dropping the belly down. Of course I'm exaggerating, but in yoga we exaggerate everything. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale again. And exhale. Now you should see that it's only the belly which is moving. Now we're going to shift the attention into the chest area. So rather than breathing into the belly, I'm going to breathe into the chest and widen the rib cage, breathing up to here, up to the collarbones. So I place the hands on the rib cage, and first I exhale and I draw the ribs in. So I want to focus on this area first. Exhaling, drawing the ribs in. And then inhaling, breathing up. Without doing anything here. Exhaling. And inhaling. Once more. So, I hope you could see that properly. And my advice is that when you practice this breathing exercise at home and you observe that your breath is not really going the way that it should be, if it's difficult to breathe or if you have difficulty breathing in the belly only or in the chest only, don't even think about doing any strenuous forms of exercise. Because if we can't breathe properly, how on earth are we going to do high intensity cardio workouts? How are we going to do Bikram yoga? How are we going to do Ashtanga yoga? All great if you have the proper foundation, but if you don't start, because it brings more disbalance to the body, especially for women. If we are already suffering from a lot of stress and anxiety, to put ourselves into those kind of situations where we are taxing the body even more, it totally unbalances our system. Yes? So I would not advise that ever. I would try to focus on things which are calming for body and mind and restoring the body's natural balance. So these kind of breathing exercises and yoga postures are very good for that. Even though it might seem a little bit boring, in the end I'm sure that you will enjoy the benefits. I will be posting more videos on specific yoga postures for stress release, anxiety, insomnia and depression. So keep watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And thanks a lot for watching. See you soon.